video is for all of my teachers out there, whether you are a Bible literacy teacher, Bible study teacher in your local church, hosting, leading Bible studies in your living room, discipling someone, just doing life with your fellow brothers and sisters in a way that is intentionally teaching how to study the Bible specifically. So this video is for you. What I have here on the board is Maslow's 4 aspects of the process of learning. And so I put it in a pyramid form just for visual reasons, but what we're going to do is I'm going to walk you through these 4 aspects of the process of learning, and then we'll apply it to the role of a Christian teacher. And the hope here is that we see as a teacher what our role is, because oftentimes we don't even realize that we are making our teaching about us, about what we can do, about what we know, rather than it being purely about the learner and helping them grow, develop, and discover on their own. And so my prayer here is, by seeing kind of the back end of what needs to be going on in the mind of the student or the disciple or the friend, what have you, will help us be a better teacher, and therefore will help the students in their walk with the Lord. And so 4 aspects, no matter what you are learning, we all start at the bottom here with unconscious incompetence. So this is basically saying that we are ignorant of what we don't know. And a lot of times we cringe at the word ignorant, but that is not an insult. It's literally just saying that we do not have the information. We are not aware. We do not know. So we are unaware that we do not know something. So that's just a fact. So with everything, we start off here, right? And so from here, we eventually move up to conscious incompetence, which is basically saying that we are now aware that we don't know something. So this normally involves somebody telling us that we don't know something, or we are observing it. So maybe when it comes to studying the Bible and the Christian walk, maybe by doing life with someone, we are seeing something in their life that we are not aware of, or maybe we don't understand, and now we are aware that we don't know something. Or we're seeing them study the Bible, and we've never seen it done that way, and now we are aware that we don't know what it is that they are doing. So eventually we get to there, and then we move up to conscious competence. So think of this as like when we were first starting to drive a car. We are aware that we are learning. We are aware that we are trying. We're getting in the car. We're thinking about putting on the seatbelt, checking the mirrors, looking at our surroundings to see, okay, where's the trash can? I need to back up this way. I need to put the car in gear. I'm thinking about all of the laws of the road, all these things. I'm very aware that I am learning and that I am practicing, okay? And then eventually you get to unconscious competence. So eventually with driving the car, you don't think about those things anymore. You just get in the car and you go. You don't necessarily think about the laws. You don't necessarily think about everything you need to do with the gears and the mirrors. It's just a habit. It's just an instinct now. So it's just a part of what you do. And so our goal as a teacher is to help our students who are starting off here with studying the Bible, and we need to help them get back down to unconscious incompetence. We need to help them get back down, kind of deconstruct what they think they know, in order to restart the learning process. Because what's happening is, if we are teachers typically of a young adult, that's kind of what we're going to use here for this video as an example. So if we are teaching a Bible study class, or we're discipling someone as typically a young adult, or maybe even a youth, and they're probably coming into the room with an unconscious competence of whatever their routine is. So however they have grown up approaching the Bible, whatever they have been taught, their presuppositions, their opinions, they are starting here because they are probably competent in whatever it is that they were taught, and that's just what they are doing. So our job as a student or as a teacher is to recognize that there are a lot of people out there who are being taught incorrectly, or maybe not incorrectly, but just not fully. So have they been taught that the Bible is literature and is historical, and that there is that there's one meaning and multiple applications, like one interpretation, multiple applications? Are those types of things that this person has been taught, this student has been taught, or have they not been? Because they might think that they are competent in this. So our job as the teacher is to recognize that many people are going to be coming into that classroom or coming into your life that have not actually been taught and discipled and grown the way that you have had the privilege and the gift to be able to do. Just like at one point we were in this spot with something, and someone graciously took us back down to the bottom and re-taught us the learning process of how to appropriately apply scripture, or how to appropriately handle the word, how to appropriately study the Bible, and things like that. So someone did that for us, and now we are doing it for someone else. So part of our job as a teacher is to help them realize that they maybe are not aware that they don't know that the Bible is all of these things, and that there are more ways to understand scripture. And so that is our job as a teacher. And then we help them reclimb the ladder, essentially. So the point of this, the reason why I think this is really pertinent to us as teachers, is because I think it shows us the art that comes with teaching, but also the tension that comes with learning. This will inevitably produce tension, but there's no growing, discovery, or learning without some form of tension. So we are challenging our students to dive into the discovery process. Our prayer for this, specifically when it comes to Bible study, is for them to realize, wow, I need to be studying the word and thinking a lot more about this as it pertains to how I worship the Lord, what I believe to be true about God, and what that means for my Christian walk and my Christian life. That is hopefully our goal, is to help them think and to dive in, rather than being maybe apathetic to approaching the Bible, which is a lot of the times as teachers, we're seeing that all the time in Bible study classes or in discipleship relationships. That's probably why we're pursuing them, right? Is because they might be apathetic or be stuck in however they've been taught how to study the Bible, whether it be devotionally or just not even understanding what the Bible actually is or why we study it. But they are unconsciously competent, again, in whatever it is that they were taught. So we need to challenge them and invite them to come back down here and start to show them and tell them, no, the Bible is so much more. Let's dive into this, and invite them into the learning and the discovery process. So there's obviously a lot that goes into each of these aspects. But again, the point here was to show you as a teacher, as a Christian educator, and again, whether it be just pursuing a discipling relationship, whether it be in a local church classroom type setting, in your living room, whatever it may look like, many of us are taking on the role of teacher because we are wanting to pass on, we're wanting to disciple, we're wanting to evangelize, all this different stuff. And so there is an art to it. And it's going to be easier to help the students or help the disciple, help the friend, develop a right view of scripture and studying the Bible when we know what needs to happen mentally on the back end. We have to help bring them from an apathetic, comfortable place and invite them back down and rediscover what it looks like to study the Bible and handle it rightly. And so I hope this encourages you, maybe gives you something to think about. If you're a teacher in one of those settings, I would urge you to think about this and how that might affect or change the way that you are going about teaching. Is it solely about what you know, about what you do, or is it solely based on the student, the learner, the disciple, and how you are helping that person in the learning process, in the discovery process? And so I hope that you continue to join. Hit subscribe so you don't miss the next one. We're going to dive into the 3 goals that we have as a teacher. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time.